Hello, my name is Philip Totaro. I'm the founder and CEO of market research firm IntelStor. Welcome to your weekly dose of truth to power. Truth to Power examines data driven insights for the energy sector with a focus on renewables. On this week's episode, we'll take a deep dive into the profitability of assets in the United States on the back of the updated annual release of production data from the independent power producers via the EIA. Even though it seems to take considerable time for the Information Administration to publish consolidated numbers, we do look forward to this time of year to help confirm the profitability of assets in the USA. As most of you know, at IntelStor, we like to normalize the figures of net profit through the planned end of asset life to provide a better picture of where each asset owner lies relative to each other. In order to do that, we need production data combined with power purchase contract prices, as well as detailed information about each project site. Now, the US wind energy market is seeing an average of more than $1.13 million per installed megawatt of net profit through the planned end of asset life. That's across all asset owners and all OEMs. There are a number of asset owners who are above that average who have a large portfolio of 1 gigawatt or more, but also kind of concerningly, 12 out of 29 of those asset owners with a portfolio of 1 gigawatt or more in the US are actually below that market average net profit. Now, if you take a look at these figures by the wind turbine OEM, whose equipment's being used on each one of the project sites, it's noteworthy that asset owners using GE Vernova, Vestas, and Siemens Gamesa have distinguished themselves from anyone else using other OEM technology that's active in the market. Across the entire installed base, GE Vernova turbines see the highest net profit per installed megawatt at more than 1.25 million. But variations occur depending on asset age and the type of maintenance used for each asset. Generally, very young assets are profitable because they're operating at peak efficiency, but within the first 5 years in operation, it becomes evident how profitable the projects will be long term. Nordex Acciona appears to suffer from the numbers because they're not unfortunately selected for project sites which offer the best technical characteristics, which would allow them to capture the highest possible capacity factors. But they have the highest net profit per megawatt for the portion of their installed base, which is actually transitioned from OEM maintenance to asset owner self-performed maintenance with just over 2.3 million per installed megawatt. Now, as we've noted in past IntelStor research publications, PPA prices have the greatest influence on asset profitability, with asset availability very close behind. But unfortunately, asset availability figures are not published per turbine or per project, so we use technical performance and production adjusted maintenance cost as a proxy. Looking at technical performance, almost all projects start out in the early part of their asset life by achieving their P50 energy yield. But the pace at which the technical performance of those projects drops off will ultimately indicate the quality of OEM maintenance under the warranty period and whether or not the OEM maintenance is worth the price tag, particularly for asset owners who are dependent on OEM solutions and may not have visibility to independent service providers that could take over maintenance for them. For the installed base in the USA, on average, the asset owners see a drop in performance after just over 10 years. For many OEMs who have a long term maintenance contract in place, they are not able to maintain technical performance up until the time frame of the asset handover to an owner who may self perform maintenance or engage with an ISP. Now, we also want to be able to look at these projects through the lens of the type of maintenance, but we need a way to normalize the maintenance cost per megawatt hour produced in order to ensure that the benchmarking is equivalent across the board. Maintenance costs per project per year is actually reported publicly through quarterly FERC Form 1 filings by the independent power producers. While maintenance costs have certainly increased as turbines have gotten larger, on an absolute basis, the normalized maintenance cost per megawatt hour produced is a more equitable measurement of performance, and it can be broken down by maintenance type. OEMs have shown distinctive patterns over the years, with Siemens Gamesa showing the lowest overall maintenance cost, as well as the slowest degradation of performance over time. That's for asset owners that are using Siemens Gamesa turbines on their project site, not necessarily exclusively Siemens Gamesa maintenance. By contrast, asset owners that have GE Vernova turbines installed, or Vestas or Nordex for that matter, show a more traditional increase in relative maintenance cost over time as the asset technical performance degrades. That shows up as an increase in maintenance cost per megawatt hours produced. So ultimately, this impacts asset profitability in profound ways. For asset owners using Siemens, they show this slower degradation in technical performance and relative maintenance cost, which allows those asset owners using their turbines to maintain profits over time compared to asset owners who are using anybody else. GE Vernova and Vestas have a more traditional wear out of the technical performance as asset owners have quote unquote run their turbines into the ground, so to speak. But those asset owners benefited financially from having the production tax credit revenue in the early years of the project that helped them sustain a net positive return on capital, even though it resulted in a significant degradation of technical performance. So, IntelStor platform users have immediate access to these data analytics, and that can help you understand and benchmark the performance of asset owners, operators, ISPs, as well as the OEMs. So, if you're looking for a demonstration, please reach out to us at www.intelstor.com or find me on LinkedIn. Thank you for joining me this week. I'm Philip Totaro, and this has been your weekly dose of truth to power. Follow us on IntelStor's YouTube channel as well as your favorite audio platforms, and visit www.intelstor.com to join more than 200,000 subscribers to our renewable energy data solutions. A full analysis of the renewable energy market in the USA is available to subscribers. And this is your last chance to register for the next Wind Summit event in Houston, Texas this October. Visit www.windsummit.org and join hundreds of your industry colleagues from companies like NextEra, EDPR, EDF, Pattern Energy, Clearway, Apex Clean Energy, and more. We hope to see you there.